Look, at some point, people are going to have to start respecting Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos offense, because all we've seen from the Denver Broncos offense is them take care of the football, not take negative plays, take what's in front of them, and win football games. And it seems like First Things First is the #1 show on being the anti-Bo Nix train, which makes absolutely no sense to me.
Said he does a very good job of avoiding a sack, the minus play. And because of that, he's very good with his progression. He's not someone who's slow to progress and slow to process. It's the other way. But I'd rather deal with that than a slow processor who's getting sacked.
So this is a quote from Sean Payton talking about his quarterback that he handpicks. He is talking about the fact that Bo Nix doesn't take sacks. Bo Nix goes through his progressions, sometimes too fast, which is a problem that I think most of Broncos country would agree with, that sometimes he is a little quick, gets a little happy feet in the pocket and misses some open receivers, which I think is going to be one of the things that's taken care of in his game this season. Sean Payton right here says, I'd rather deal with that, a quarterback who doesn't take sacks, than a slow processor who does take sacks. Seems reasonable. We're talking about the quarterback who has taken the fewest sacks over the last 2 seasons. I mean, top 5 fewest sacks over the last 2 seasons if he hasn't been the quarterback who's taken the fewest sacks. For some reason, that's, again, still not good enough for the guys over at First Things First.
So we know that Sean Payton loves Bo Nix. From every single time he's spoken about him, it's been glowing, other than the ankle injury stuff, which was a little weird.
Also, I'm so tired of people talking about the whole ankle injury thing. Broncos country understands the relationship that Bo Nix and Sean Payton have. There was zero animosity there. Zero animosity from Bo Nix's side, zero animosity from Sean Payton's side. I don't know why people keep bringing it up. It was such a nothing burger then, and it's an even bigger nothing burger now.
Do you think it is more likely that Bo Nix, who, again, I would say, even as someone who's not the biggest believer in him, he does need better PR.
Yeah.
Because he has more wins and touchdowns than anyone else in that draft class. All we do is talk about Jaden, Caleb, and Drake. He's got more wins and more touchdowns than any of them. But do you think it is more likely that he takes a step forward or step back?
With those two presented to me, I would say step back. But I do think he just is what he is at this point. He looks like the same quarterback he was in college. I watched every one of his snaps at Oregon. He looks exactly the same guy in Denver. He's consistent, right? He's not going to make mistakes, as coach said, but he's not going to push the ball down.
The same quarterback he was at Oregon would mean that he is the most accurate passer in the league, which he's obviously not that way because they've actually led the league in drops over the last 2 seasons. And Bo Nix was a Heisman finalist. I don't understand. I don't get it, I guess. I don't know.
On the field all that often, right? We know his air yards was short. His sort of advanced stats kind of put him right in the middle of the NFL. He gets a bump up because he can run the ball, which is great in certain situations for them. Sean Payton needs to get him to throw the ball in between the hashes. I think he was 5th worst in the NFL, just completion percentage in the middle of the hashes. Like, there's things to work on, but that's sort of the issues that, not issues the wrong word to say, it's what he was in college. He didn't throw a ball a ton between the hashes in college, right? If it was very far deep down the field. And so this is what he is, and they built the offense. I give Sean Payton credit. They built the offense around what he can do, what he can't do. Like, they do a really good job of maximizing his talents. If I had to pick one or the other, I would say probably back is the wrong way to put it. I don't think coach he's going to become a Pro Bowl or All-Pro type player. I think he sort of is what he is. He's very steady. He's good at certain things. He's got to get better at certain things, but he's also just kind of, I think he's set at what he's going to be in the NFL.
To say that a 3rd-year quarterback is set at who he is going to be in the NFL already in his career is genuinely almost one of the biggest boneheaded things that an NFL analyst could say about a quarterback. I wouldn't say this about any quarterback. I wouldn't even say this about JJ McCarthy, who I am incredibly low on. It's documented. You can go watch the videos that I've posted about JJ McCarthy on this page. It's year 3. Patrick Mahomes has talked about how he didn't really even understand how to truly read a defense and play the quarterback position until like year 5, year 6. And he is consensus #1 quarterback in the NFL currently. And some people might have him at 2, but I mean, you're top 1, 2 out of 32 quarterbacks, and you say that you weren't even really who you are today until year 5, year 6. Like, what are we doing here? That take makes no sense to me. And the take to say that like you're gonna take a step back in year 3 is also just a crazy thought to me, and I'll get into that more later in this video.
Like that Sean said is that he is quick to process, and the ability to avoid negative plays, that's the first step. Most games in the NFL are lost, not won. So to being able to avoid losing games and process quickly, and Sean talking about the fact that he may have to slow his progression down a little bit, or his processing down a little bit, that's a good problem to have, especially with a young quarterback. Every coverage has an answer to every defense, and the key is whether or not the quarterback can find that answer. And Tom was so good at it because of how smart he was. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, those guys, Drew Brees, they could get the answers to the question, before the test. And it looks like he has that ability to be able to continue to improve mentally. And maybe it's not going to be the biggest plays down the field, but not losing games, not having negative plays, getting the ball to the right place, allowing everybody else to play, being able to then play complementary football, and getting better each year because you're working, studying, and figuring things out more. Those are all positives.
I do think there's a little bit something too. Bo Nix sort of made every big play when he had to this year. Like there were a lot of games where you're watching, you're like, I didn't think he'd make that throw, and he makes that throw on third down. Like
they had 11 one-score victories.
Yeah, and a lot of that was, again, Bo Nix making a big throw. Bo Nix making a big play at the end of the game. It might not have been pretty for a little bit of time, then boom, he makes that big play. So there is that part of his game which I really do enjoy.
And how many times have we talked about MVPs who in big moments have come up short?
Yeah.
We've talked about a lot of MVPs who are unbelievable.
Josh
and then
Allen.
There's the biggest moment and they come up short. So to have a young quarterback being able to show that he can deliver in
year
what
two
were the biggest moments for him, that's another really encouraging thing.
Yeah, I would bet on step back, but I think that he is solid. Like, I think he's a good, and I think that the Jaylen Waddle addition is going to help those between the hash marks numbers.
Massively.
Gave him a legitimate number one. And I get why Broncos fans are defensive about him.
We're defensive about him because no one takes him seriously. No one takes Bo Nix seriously. And out of all of the quarterbacks from the 2024 draft class, Bo Nix has the most touchdowns, the most yards, the most wins. Like, Bo Nix has been the best quarterback from the 2024 draft class when it comes to the stats that truly matter as a quarterback. We don't care about EPA per play. Like, Drake May had a great EPA per play in the regular season, and then he had one of the worst postseasons that we literally have ever seen. So, like, those kinds of stats don't matter. You know what Bo Nix did? Bo Nix went out and made the plays that he had to make to beat Josh Allen in a divisional round playoff game. Like, that's what Bo Nix does. And this idea that the Broncos might take a step back. That's fine. They won 14 games last year. If they win 11 or 12 this year, I'm still in a great mood. I think that they can win 13 games this year. That's a different video. To say that Bo Nix is going to take a step back this year is just asinine. Bo Nix is going into year 3 with the same offense. Mind you, last year was the first time since he was going into his senior year of high school that he has had the same offensive system in place for back-to-back seasons. Now he's going into his 3rd year in that system, in the Sean Payton system. Yes, it's going to be with Davis Webb, the new offensive coordinator, but they're still running Sean Payton's offense. They're running Sean Payton's system. And the fact that you think that he's going to take a step back when they're bringing back the best offensive line in the NFL, and they added Jaylen Waddle, and by the way, Courtland Sutton is still Courtland Sutton. It just makes no sense to me. I mean, here are the offensive skills players that the Denver Broncos have at Bo Nix's disposal. Jaylen Waddle, Courtland Sutton, your obvious top 2 wide receivers. And then wide receiver 3, you could put it as a toss-up between Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims, and Troy Franklin. Do whatever you want with the 3 of those guys. At tight end, Evan Ingram. Incredibly fast. One of the faster, better ball skills tight ends in the entire NFL. And then at running back, there's 3 really great options that you have at running back. You got J.K. Dobbins. If he can stay healthy, will probably be a top 5, top 10 running back in yards per carry because that's just how he always has been. if he can stay healthy. RJ Harvey going into year 2 led all rookies in touchdowns last year, by the way. And then they went and drafted Jonah Coleman to be another option in the run game in case J.K. Dobbins goes down with an injury this season. So there are a wealth of options at skills position at Bo Nix's disposal this season. And then just like, I don't think people are thinking about the addition of Jaylen Waddle into this offense, into this system, and with this quarterback enough. Like, it feels like people have forgotten that the Denver Broncos have signed Jaylen Waddle to this team. Like, he has been added to this wide receiver room. Like, week 1, when the Denver Broncos travel to Kansas City, they come to my hometown, and my Broncos are in my hometown, and they play the Chiefs on Monday Night Football in week 1. Like, Monsieur Delane, going to be a very, very good cornerback in this league. I'm sorry, though, that your first ever NFL action is going to be either covering Courtland Sutton or Jaylen Waddle. Good luck, rookie. Like, that's what teams are going to have to do this year against this Broncos offense. So now Bo Nix is going to have whatever option he wants on whatever side of the ball. God forbid they put Jaylen Waddle, Pat Bryant, and Courtland Sutton on the same side of the ball. Good luck covering that. Like, there's no way. There is truly no way that Bo Nix takes a step back in the 2026-2027 NFL season. There's just no way. And I refuse to believe it. I refuse to accept it. I just don't think that is actually even a possibility. I don't think that that's even on the table for Bo Nix to take a step back. Now, the Broncos overall as a team potentially could take a step back. They've had one of the best defenses in the league over the last 2 seasons. They've led the league in sacks and QB pressures over the last 2 seasons. Those numbers will fall back towards the median. I get it. They might take a step back defensively. That might cause them to lose more than 3 games that they did last year. Whatever. But the offense, Bo Nix, not taking a step back. There's no shot. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Yeah. Also, this is the first installment of the Broncos Corner here on the Pro Football Hub. So if this is your first time hanging out with me, or if this is your 100th time hanging out with me and you just haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, this is a perfect chance to click that subscribe button. We are slowly growing here at the Pro Football Hub, and we've got some really cool things happening all football season long. So make sure you click that subscribe button to be a part of it moving forward. And that's going to be it. I will catch you dorks in the next one. Peace.